If you're learning astrology right now, stop. The biggest reason astrology feels complicated is because no one told you the beginner's mistakes and you've been learning it the wrong way. So, here I'm going to talk about some important rules which you should never mess up while reading your own chart or doing prediction for anyone else. First and foremost, do not bucket planets into good, bad, generic. Oh, Jupiter is good, so life will be good. Saturn is bad, so life will be bad. It doesn't work like that. Rahu and Ketu are often misunderstood. Like Rahu, that should be for illusion, that should be for addictions, and Ketu will be for spirituality and sudden losses. Do not generalize. Rahu also gives you massive growth. Ketu also gives you liberation and the feeling of mental clarity in life. Then the second one is people feel, oh, my Kundli, my chart has Raj Yoga. So the Raj Yoga is perpetual. Biggest mistake. The Raj Yoga will be activated only when there is a dasha of the planets involving it. In some cases, there could be more than one. And in other cases, also during the transits. So if dashas and transits are not analyzed, then in that case, the Raj Yoga is on paper, but it is not active. It is like the lotus. You can see it, but it hasn't bloomed because the period hasn't come. Now comes one of the most important part for me, which is ignoring the ascendant lord, your Lagna lord. How strong is your ascendant and how strong is the lord of the ascendant? Because if these two are weak, then your Raj Yoga may not even happen to the extent that you're feeling. Most Raj Yogas would fail if the ascendant and the ascendant lord are not strong. This is a very important rule. Then another mistake people do is they just analyze the D1. They don't look into D9. D9 or other divisional charts or other parameters are also important to see. Like you need to see dashas, you need to see D1. Sometimes you need to see D9, not all the time. But also what are the transits which are currently happening. Another thing which I've seen with a lot of beginners is most people, like hundreds of them, I've seen them make the mistake. They don't even understand what is combust. If a planet is combust, even if it means you're in the Raj Yoga, it will not give you that kind of fruitful results. What is combust? Combust is the state of a planet when it is in a certain degree from the sun, which causes the sun's brightness to create shadow on that particular planet. So the effect of that planet reduces significantly if it is combust. I've actually done a chart for you guys to see in how much degrees, how far is your planet from the sun. So for every planet, there is a different degree. You can always check whether it is combust, because if the planet is combust, even if it is the best of Raj Yoga, it will never give you like those flamboyant results. Then another interesting part I see here is that most of the time, people are not even looking at the whole chart completely. They're like looking at some points in isolation and they're not trying to bring in those principles together. And largely, that is where a lot of things around the fearful topics of astrology come in. Kal Sartosh, Manglik Dosh, Sade Sati Shani. And so these are again like termed as, oh, these are very horrible periods. Most of the time, people are not spending time to see, is it during the Dasha? Is there a transit happening? Is there anything to do with the retrograde of that planet at that point? And most importantly, during this while, a lot of cancellations happen. I've done a detailed video. I've put in a link also here. In how many cases? There are 6 cases that Manglik Dosh can be cancelled. So, as a person who's learning astrology, do not get perplexed by the fact that, oh, I want to just do prediction based on this, what I haven't learned. These are the classic 7-8 mistakes maximum people make while doing a chart analysis. I'll be doing a separate video on how the Raj Yogas work and in what cases should you consider them failing or realizing their potential. So do stay tuned, subscribe to my channel.